Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the final regular game week of this latest Super League season. Fyfie taking the reins for you again. Apologies for the slightly later start. Alex and I were at the Lionesses, and then I met a couple of friends afterwards, and then my lad needed something dropping off for tomorrow. So a lot has happened today. But to show my commitment to the cause, I've not even had any dinner. So if anyone would like to thank me for putting this show on in Martin's absence, feel free to order me a Just Eat or a Deliveroo or something, because I can't lie, at this point, I am fucking starving. But the entertainment will keep me busy, because we have never, ever, ever had a final day like this. Let's see what's going on in the chat before we get started. Mike's here. Good evening, Super League. Ian's here. Good evening, laddies. Steve's here. Some of the lads are on a different stream. Why? How? How's this happened? Hello, says Steve. What else we got? Ross. Here we go, indeed. Mr. Edwards. Alex is here as well. Smuts dropped out, I'm guessing, with man flu. Yes, the fact that he doesn't like women's football is purely a coincidence. But no, he's got man flu. All these miles he's walked, and he couldn't do a couple more just to do. But it means I think he's got like 1.5 or 2 miles that he has to walk tomorrow to finish his charity challenge. And there he is saying that he's riddled. No, still no dinner, Alex. You're right. You ended up having 2. Lucky you. Evening, Alf. Hope you are well as well. As I said, we have never, ever had a final day like this. Just look at the table. Only 1 queue, which means we still have 5 spaces available, and we have 7 teams looking to take it. Duggan's here. Tato's here as well. Good evening, gentlemen. And at the bottom of the table as well, it is not over there. Either Stanley or Vikings can still finish bottom. Have you got a treadmill, Smuts? No, he doesn't. I mean, I don't even know where the best place to start here is. I think we'll go in pretty much any order. You would probably say Dudley Badgers is the best game to go last. Who has Smuts got? He's got Sancte. He's not very well. Let's see if we can get him done first, because I'm nice like that. He says he's riddled. His squad is riddled as well. Marino, Gerard, and Zambrotta all out injured for this game, which means they line up like this. Nick Matulin, good luck with the running order. Indeed, mate, indeed. Nick Matulin goal, Hoffland and Lawson as a back 3. Zeles, Keane and Van Bronckhorst. Winning, he's in. Indeed, Duggan, you're right. Totti plays out on the right wing with Cole on the left. Kuehl supports Crespo and Trezeguet. As for Sancte, they take the interesting approach of playing a player with an orange injury. Steve, I saw that as well. But he'll claim that Zealeus is left-footed and Keane plays better in the middle. Believe in miracles, says Sancte. And you should, because the title of the tactic is even Operation Smash Smuts. Smuts says he's more right-footed than Zealeus. This is Operation Smash Smuts, and it's an interesting mix of Super League talent. As I say, Van Nistelrooy on the orange injury, 90% no, so he'll be fine. Bowyer out on the right, Senden on the left. Kivu and Uliano at centre back should be strong. Interested to see how Kirkland does. Cambias and Davis both capable on their day. Riquelme and Ortega supporting Van Nistelrooy. Throw some. So it says, really appreciate you rolling over for me, Ross. Please send some predictions in the chat. Do let me know if you want my address for a Just Eat or a delivery as well. And any other talking points that you want to discuss. The under-21s winning the tournament, the Lionesses even winning 7-0, or the return to pre-season, or the absolute abomination that is the Club World Cup. Anything like this that can be discussed. Steve going 4-1 Sancte. Alex looking for his second 7-0 of the night. What I would love to know is if someone here is going to miss out, who is it going to be? That is a very, very interesting question. You did offer a halftime, Alex, and I was very, very grateful for your offer. But you also bought me a drink. I couldn't be taking food off you as well. What is this? Okay, no, that's someone talking to me about girls. That can wait. Girls can wait. It is about football now. Let's kick off. Hopefully, can someone let me know? This is the first time I've streamed Champ on the new laptop. Is everything coming through okay? Is the picture quality okay? Is the mouse actually where the mouse is supposed to be? Is it any better on the new laptop? What's going on? There is lots going on. Jeff Palmer, very well-known referee in Super League terms, is in charge of this crucial game. Alf is telling Alex to DM him, ref. Tactic files. Crespo has a goal disallowed. Steve says, all good here, mate. And the mouse seems wrong because it's so right. That is fantastic news. You mean I've actually done something properly? Half-time, 0-0. This does not guarantee Foss Road a place in the playoffs. Both sides having 4 attempts on goal. Foss having more on target. What we got going on? Been all sancte until the last 5 minutes of the half, says Tato. And Mike saying, agreed, Steve. Never a Fyfie stream without a dodgy mouse. What's going on for the home side? Operation Smash Smuts has not fully happened yet, but I can see Smuts in the chat is not very happy with what he's read there. So decent performances. Kirkland, Kivu, Davis all on 8s, but need a bit more from Riquelme and Ortega. Smuts already saying as is without seeing the stats. Very, very brave, given his track record of bottling it. Ratings don't look as good for the away side. No one higher than a 7. Lots of 7s in there. Lawson, Hoffland, and Kuhl, the players on 6. Oh, and Trezeguet. Smuts says, keeper having a worldie against me. Shocker. Smuts has already gone as is. Let's see what Ross wants to do with his side. He's also gone as is. So we go to 60 in this high-pressure game for one of the sides, at least. Is Keane going to get a token red card in this one? Let's find out very, very soon. 10 minutes gone in the second half. A little bit more blue text. And there's Kuhl! He'd been quiet in the first half. He's not quiet anymore. He scored the goal, which could see his side guaranteed a playoff place. And just look at how the ratings have been affected. Ortega and Riquelme dropping down to 5s for Sancte. Alf saying, your laptop is lightning, Fyfie. Thank you. It's a little bit smaller than my old one. It's something I have to get used to. But I'm glad that it seems to be holding up so far. Although the reason, and I know that you're all in the chat, so this won't surprise anyone, but on the off chance anyone is just watching in the background that isn't in the manager's chat, the reason I posted that I fucking hate technology is I didn't notice that the charger wasn't fully pushed in. So I got 3/4, I think I've done 11 of the tactics, and my laptop died. And when I came on, I then couldn't click on anything. So I had to start all the fuckers over again. Do suspensions carry over into the playoffs? They certainly do, sir. They certainly do. Apologies, I didn't click on conditions. So yes, that's the reason I was motoring and then it didn't motor anymore. I had to start all over again. So I was saving then after every individual teams to make sure it didn't happen again. While Ross decides what he wants to do, let's have a look at what is happening at Foss Road. And Hilaeus there up into a 9. They're looking fairly strong defensively at this point in time, Foss Road. So can they hold on is the question. For those of us not close enough to playoffs, do suspensions carry over to the next season? Again, yes, they do. Yes, they do. We have Sancte's response. So let's go over to the home side. And it's Ortega for Saha, Riquelme for Santa Cruz. Both put up top, short arrow on Kerr. So we are going like that for Sancte. He's really trying for the other playoff chasing sides. Interesting to see. He just says get Riquelme in the fucking bin. Interesting to see what the other playoff chasing sides make of what Ross is doing, because clearly he is trying his best to get a result. against Smuts here. What will Smuts do in retaliation to what he's just seen? Oh, I will come back to that message. Saviola for Trez, otherwise as is, no problem at all. Oh, and switch with Crespo. Doing the haggish striker swaps. Trying to multitask here by Instagramming and streaming all at the same time. Have I got a fish tank? No. Why? Can you hear the fan? Is that what it is? Because it is blowing in the direction of the microphone. You've got the washing on, Fyfie. No. I imagine it will be the fan because it is blowing kind of this way at me. He's prolonging this on purpose. Who's winning the Prem? Fyfie. Prem? As in the Prem? What next season? Oh, I mean, you. With the money that they're throwing at it, you would have to say Liverpool are favourites, but I just can't see Man City being that bad again. So it'll be one of those two. Arsenal, the provincial bottlers, they will continue to be. They will continue not to win anything. Let's slow this down just because it's hurting Smuts. So Liverpool should be favourites because they were so far and away the best side in the league last year, and they're throwing stupid money at it because they can this year. But Man City cannot be that bad again. I can't see anyone else getting anywhere near the two of them. There's Van Nistelrooy, fine save. Van Nistelrooy picks up again. Matulin with the double save. We're into the final 10. There's Santa Cruz. Booyah! Kerr, Hoffland in the way. How have Foss managed to stop that going in? They are throwing everything at it. Van Bronckhorst, Saviola. Kirkland gets there. Now Kerr clears. Into the final 5. Booyah, Kivu. And now Joe Cole picks up. It's a throw-in. 3 minutes being added on. And it's just ticking away. There's the final whistle. Congratulations to Spurs. He has finally made the playoffs. I was just thinking it would be rude if he didn't score. Foss Road have secured their queue. On the balance of play, you would have to say they probably deserved it as well, looking at that. It was a spirited effort from Sancto. They did everything they possibly could, including getting man of the match. And there's the reaction you're looking for. Mission accomplished, says Duggan. At last, said Alex. But congratulations. I'm sure he's going to go to sleep now. He's going to dream happy dreams. And then tomorrow I am going to get bombarded with messages about how good Foss Road really are. Congratulations to them. Next up, we are going to Stackington versus Burn. Burn, who still technically need a win to guarantee their spot. A draw will probably be enough. All I need is to get to first sell myself to Duggan. It's the best tonic Smuts could have had. Well deserved. Thanks for that brown envelope, says Ross. A draw will probably be enough, but a win guarantees it for Burn. They've made one change from their last game. Vieira suspended, and as is the embarrassment of riches at Burn's disposal, it's a die that comes in. As for Stackington, they alter their tactics slightly. It was last time out, it was 2 with 1 behind. This time it is 2 behind 1. Rivaldo and Etu supporting Inzaghi. Gravison is called up to the defensive midfield line. Vialli captains the side. Alex says, worried about Mpenza. Steve says, I love you, EMA, but I'm Alex here. I really apologise. Let's get your predictions in for this one. So again, remember, Stackington, they're already safe. They're not. They can move up or down a little bit, but they cannot finish bottom. Burn, however, a point should be enough. A win guarantees it. What is the score in this fixture? Let's find out. Nearly an early goal for Stackington, but Burn go up the other end. Mpenza with his 20 for the season, and Alex has predicted another 7-0. Come on, you Burn, says Mike, and Mpenza has got 2 in 11 minutes, and this could be a long night for the home side. Looking at this, and Daigo's in the book. Half volley off the bar for the home side, and now Burn come forward again. Both sides throwing everything they can at goals. We could be on for a decent game here score-wise. Half an hour played, 2-0 to Burn. This is all they needed to do to secure their playoff place. Steve says, Alex, you brought this on. Ian already says, well done, Ian. But there's Yakubu with his first ever goal on the stroke of half-time. And dare we say, it is not over yet. And Stackington, look at that. They are very much in this. If they could convert some more of their chances, they could make this a very difficult evening for Ian, who I believe said last time I streamed, he no longer stands behind his chair, which is very, very disappointing. Let's have a look at the Stackington stats. All 6s and 7s, bar Finnan on an 8. Not much of the ball here, so they're having to do a lot with it when they have it. Mr. Edwards has already gone as is. Again, doing the snuts thing of doing it before he's seen anything. There's Mpenza with his 2 goals. I think I said it last time, but it is nice to see Mpenza back in amongst the goals. It's been a few seasons since he did this properly. Veron and Ndai in the book. Let's see if Alex wants to do anything. Such was my rush to get this prepared. I haven't even got a drink with me. Oof, this could be a struggle. Right, we're going 2 up top. Revert back to what it was previously in essence, but it's Zlatan who the manager said pre-match he needs to give game time to. He is coming on for Eto, who should really also get some game time, but who am I to judge? I am a has-been at this point. Let's see if that affects the game then. Lots of orange text to start. And there's Mpenza looking for his hat-trick. And then 10 minutes flashes by with absolutely nothing happen. So we pause the game on 67. So the manager have about 25 minutes to affect the game. Captain Vialli having a shocker, rating a 5. Inzaghi not really being effective. He's rating a 6. Costa and goal scorer Yakubu both in the book. Fitness-wise, no real issues there at all for Stackington. As for Burn, depends on a 9, but still 6s dotted throughout. Youngberg, Costa, Hippier. Condition-wise, Sol Campbell's dropped down to 77. Aymar's dropped down to 78. Plenty to consider for Mr. Edwards. Which manager blinks first? Carrying on the Premier League chat, do I think this will be the first season in 3 or 4? Would this be 3rd season running where all 3 promoted teams go straight back down? No, I don't think Leeds go down. I don't. Who are the other ones? My issue for Scott Parker is he's not going to be able to defend, like have that defensive record in the Premier League that he had in the Championship. So does he have a change in philosophy, change of approach? Can I see my numbers again? Of course you can. There you go. So I might worry about them. And who went up in the playoffs? Sunderland. Sunderland's an interesting one. I don't think they're good enough. I didn't think they were good enough to go up. I don't think they're good enough to stay up, but they are one of those clubs who, because of the fan base, that gives them that extra 5-10%. If they could just get one or two, sell in Bellingham for the money they did, if they reinvest it properly, I think they can have a go at it. I don't necessarily think they'll stay up, but I think they'll have a good go. Leeds, I think, will. Sunderland, possibly. Burnley, no. As for the mighty League Two, I'm expecting much better things from Swindon. Dimble's Grimsby's team, I'm not sure what to make of it. I think they might be mid-table. Swap the strikers, please. Long arrow on the wide players. How long are we talking? Like this? Or one less? Steve saying Sunderland and Burnley go down. Depends on recruitment for us. Alex says that's it. So we go as we are. Let's see how this plays out. And just as I was going to slow it down, and Penza scores a hat-trick to surely seal this game now and seal Burn. Yet another playoff appearance. But am I too early? Oh, no, Inzaghi's goals we disallowed. There's the final whistle. Wolves will do well to stay up. So yeah, again, what they're doing this year is they are making significant money. So it depends on whether they actually invest it this time. Burn, deserving of their victory, securing their playoff place. But again, spirited from Stackington. Fair play to Alex. And we were having an interesting discussion at the Lionesses game. I'd be interested to know the crowd's view. Not that I have any say or sway in this at all. It's just interesting to know where your guys' thinking is. I believe this is the 4th season of this save. So what are people thinking? Is there a 5th year in this save, or is it time for redraft and start again? Interesting to know what people think. But congratulations there to Northern Burn, the second team tonight to secure their Q. Where are we going now? Stanley versus Fulchester. This game's all about the bottom. Oldham had 18 players out of contract. 4 have already gone. 4 new ones signed. Yeah, it should be an interesting summer for Oldham. Alf, that is for sure. So Stanley Fulchester, this is a game at the very bottom. Fulchester are safe. They can drop below Stanley if they lose, but they are safe from being bottom. This will determine whether Vikings stand any chance at all. The gap at the bottom is 3 points, but Vikings do have a significantly better goal difference. Vikings fans, you need Fulchester to get a result here. 2 results that pile the pressure on that Badgers Dudley game, of course. Martin has gauged interest in happy for continue or redraft, although my team is old as fuck, says Steve. Fulchester, they make 1 change. Alex comes in for Danielson. Everything else remains the same for them. As for Stanley, they are again in a position where missing a lot of players. Marcos suspended, Butt suspended, Ekiog injured, Rossini injured. So Ronaldo comes in up top. Savage comes in midfield. Westerveld takes the place in goal. Vlahovic gets a place on the bench, as does Roy Carroll. Fire your predictions in. Can Stanley save themselves tonight, or will it come down to the Vikings game? Can Fulchester keep it interesting at the bottom? Free kick to the home team comes to nothing. It looks like Stanley are really, really pressing hard to make sure they secure their position themselves. Lots of red and black text in the opening 20 minutes. A couple of yellow cards dished out as well. They want a penalty. Shoreditch scores the penalty, and it is 1-0 to the home side. Fulchester, that goal seems to have woken them up a little bit. They getting a little bit more attack-minded themselves. And there's the equaliser through David Beckham, his 5th of the season. And we get to half-time, 1 apiece. This still enough for Stanley. Fulchester have to win for the Vikings game to matter. I have seen Mike in the chat. I don't think I've seen Dan. He might still be on holiday, actually. I hope he's either having or had a great time. Oh, well. Here are the Fulchester stats. And just the one change is for Stanley. China Cheddar coming on for Italy. Let's resume again. Yellow card for Laney. Very, very early pressure in the second half of Fulchester. Oh, and just as we pause it, Stanley have a good attempt themselves. Still one apiece. This is still enough, remember. Fulchester have to score for Vikings to stand a chance. Okoronkwo is the only player on the pitch on yellow. Condition not really a problem for Stanley either. Ratings, nobody below a 6 and only Dede above a 7. And Mike is going as is. For the benefit of Dan when he watches it back, Fry having a superb game. But he is on a yellow, as is Ayala, Fohe, Lamy and Petrov. Are they going to survive? 11 men today. And there are the conditions. Slow it down a little bit. Alex hits the crossbar. Lamy, Beckham, Alex again. So Hamidic gets in the way into the final 10. Mike says, Frey doing this because I keep slagging you off. There's Lamy. Savage gets in the way. Lucio picks it up. He goes down. Free kick awarded. Beckham take it. Foe Gatos with a deep cross. Sally Hamidic again gets into the final 5. Offside, Jordic. This is enough. Stanley are doing all they need to do at this point. But can they seal it themselves? Ronaldo! And he has surely. Guaranteed Stanley will not finish bottom. And Steve reacts instantly. Wooden spoon it is then. Absolutely, mate. Unless Fulchester can pull off a miracle here. They can't. Stanley have leapfrogged Fulchester in the table. And Vikings, somehow with the squad they have finished bottom. Sai Hamidic, he did pull off some amazing defensive blocks in that second half. He gets man of the match. Fairly average day for Fulchester. Certainly not their worst performance of the season, though. But congratulations to Stanley. We don't want that game, do we? We'll save that as best we can till last. Haggis v Sloths. Next up. So Sloths have made changes. 6, I believe it was. Alf suggesting they're enforced. So this is how they line up. Fresh off their 6-0 win last time out. As for Haggis, they're without Figo Samal Saeed, so they line up in their normal formation, but with a couple of alterations to the normal. Oldham interested in Swindon's Kabongo Shamanga. Any good? Well, technically, he's not Swindon's. He was on loan at Swindon last year from Peterborough. He is a phenomenal penalty taker. He is fucking dog shit at everything else, mate. He looks like a player. He acts like a player, but he will spend an hour sat on his arse because he cannot physically win anything and he just keeps falling to the floor. He's pacey, but he can't run with the ball. So unless you're going to get lots of penalties, he's not worth having. So remember the situation for Haggis. A point will be enough for them to secure their queue this evening. And they are wasting no time coming forward. That's perfect. Speaking of perfect for Oldham, Alan Smith scores, but Daniel Cruz equalises. No, ruled out. And does this just whet the appetite for the chasing pack? That there may be a position available. Haggis need to score. The chat on WhatsApp moves over to Glastonbury. Half-time, 1-0 to the Sloths. They scored with one of only 2 attempts on goal. Haggis have been the more dominant side, but have been lacklustre in front of goal thus far. Alex saying that Sloths are showing some form late on in the season. Yeah, it's always impressive to get form when it doesn't matter, isn't it? Where was this form when it did matter? Speaking of Sloths, though, here are the ratings. Ian is okay to go until 60. See if Alf is the same. Apparently, Prodigy set at Glastonbury has been very, very good. I haven't seen it, but I've seen Charlie XCX getting a lot of slagging off online for her set. Was it, for anyone who's watched it, was it really bad? I mean, is anyone that watches the Super League also watching Glastonbury? I know there's a few music lovers amongst the group. I haven't had a knock at the door or window, so I presume as of yet nobody has ordered me a Deliveroo or a Just Eat. Vasiliuk coming on. I'd love to eat a kebab live on stream. That'd be great. So there is the change. Let's see how this plays out. Alex says pop next door. That's Anelka scores to level things up, and that is enough for Haggis. Alex says pop next door because the guy that runs the chippy at the end of the road is my next door neighbour. Just checking. Yeah, my windows are open, so I'll say that a bit quietly. If I was to pop next door, it wouldn't be for the chips, though. His missus is big. Here are the conditions. Haggis are doing all they need to do to secure their playoff spot. Ian says Marabou State, bad, not good, and K Tempest, all class at Glastonbury, not seen much else. Button for car. And swap the strikers. That's it. No problem. Thank you, Ian. And Rodrigo here is good singer in that, talented girl. Yeah, I don't mind a bit of overrun. Yes, I did see the Capaldi bit. That was class. And Miles Smith is excellent. I saw him at Radio 1. Superb. Let's get back to this and have a look at the Sloths team, see what they are doing. What does Alf want to do? How much does he want to go? Is he going to try and, help the other playoff chasing teams by getting a result? Or is he happy just going through the motions with his side? Nothing wrong with Radio 1's big weekend smuts. I've been to 3 of the last 4. Superb. Donny for Fiore. Says Alf. And I have to say, the only acts that I've watched at Radio 1 in Liverpool this year that I was disappointed in was actually the only band that Smuts would have been interested in seeing. I didn't. Was it Blossoms that were playing? They were okay. I didn't get the hype personally. Sloss have scored his Vasiliuk with his first ever goal. And Haggis are in trouble all over again as Tradsley now gets an injury. So I'm presuming Prutton will drop down, Cruz will drop down, and probably Casas comes on. Would be my suggestion here. But Haggis are in trouble all over again. Exactly what you said, Fyfie. No worries at all. So we go bang, bang, like that. Let's resume the action. Haggis need a goal all over again. Otherwise, it's not on them. Blossoms he's not asked about. It's the closest thing to sort of your music, though. Vasiliuk tries again. Didn't look like a foul. Sloss fans will be fuming if they score from this free kick, which they don't. And there's Donny, Elbev, Vasiliuk, Smith, Elbev. All the attackers getting very much involved in this. Perfectly timed tackle, though. Jeremy's, Cruz, Elefopoulos with a save. And we're into injury time. And Sloss have done it. They've got the result. And Haggis are not safe in the playoffs. Other results could see them drop out. Could you imagine if the team that starts the night in second does not qualify for the playoffs? Wow. That would be huge. And look at that, a champing as well, some might say, because Haggis had plenty of attempts, but just could not find a way. I'm presuming Elefopoulos man of the match. Yeah, there he is. No surprise there at all. No, Ian, it doesn't, because there's 2 teams that can still catch them within 3 points. It's Dudley and whoever the other team are. I think I might be wrong, but I believe there are definitely 2 teams that could catch them. I didn't look at the goal difference situation, so I don't believe they're safe. Otherwise, they would have had a queue at the start of the night, if that makes sense. But congratulations to Sloths, who end the season on a high. No, we don't want that one. So let's go to Vikings v Exiles. We know Vikings are going to be rooted to the bottom. Kaluzhny comes in for the suspended Charlie Chaos. The message also said Solis on the bench, but didn't say who for. So I just did the nearest likely. So Vincente, who was on the bench, is the only attacking sub that was there. I've put Solis on the bench for him. Everything else remains the same. As Vikings, they're without the injured Ferdinand. They do make a few changes. Simeone drops into the DM line from centre mid. Van Bommel comes back in. It is Yepes, as I say, who takes the defensive position. Patrick Kluivert gets a place on the bench. And I'm not casting aspersions here at all, because, you know, we've all, well, no, we haven't all been there. Me more than anyone has been there. I do struggle to understand how a team of this, and to an extent this, has ended up finishing bottom. Questions should be asked. That there is enough quality in there to not. But, you know, again, I've probably had better teams finish bottom as well. That's just my thoughts on it. Just trying to offer an opinion. Oh, and it's Ghost Game, so that one will be last now. a game that didn't matter is going to be last. So we go to LSK. Yeah, very much so, mate. And I hope you have learned some tricks of the trade about a 14-manager Super League. So we go to the only team that started the night qualified, and they take on LSK, who are in with a Exiles of the other team that could catch them. So it will still matter. They make a couple of changes. Addo comes in as centre midfield. Ronaldinho also comes in for Reyes. Baldini was the third change as Coast move a few things around. As for LSK, Tristan comes in at top. Cabello's promoted to play in an AM2 alongside Jacques. The DM line also changes with Petit and Malevsky coming in. The situation for LSK, we don't know how either of these sides have done yet. So realistically, they need a win to guarantee themselves a place in the playoffs. Get your predictions in, please, as LSK host already top of the table and settled East Coast. We're nearly at half-time already. And LSK have scored on the stroke of half-time a goal which might secure them a place in the playoffs. 1-0 to the home team. A half that flew by, not much action, but Scott will not care one bit, as his side have done everything they need to do to now. And look at Lizarazu at the ripe old age of 35, still absolutely demolishing things on that left-hand side. Not the greatest of performances from the table toppers. They may be, slightly relaxed already. But you see the likes of Ronaldinho, Addo, Barthez, Thuram on sixes, not what you expect to see. Scott going as is. Wouldn't surprise me to see Dimble do the same, but we shall see. We are seeing a change from the league leaders. So Thuram off for Ambrosini and swap with Addo. Where's Torrey? There you go. Let's resume the action. Ten minutes gone in the second half. LSK still ahead. As I say that, East Coast get a corner, comes to nothing, and they have another corner. This is huge for LSK. Not only are they doing everything they need to do to qualify, but they're getting a result at the league leaders, which means they can go into the playoffs full of confidence. So Noni having a wonderful game in the centre of that midfield. Lizarazu is starting to feel a little bit, dropping to 79%. Tristan not putting the work in, really. He's on 91. As for East Coast, we have no disciplinary. Performance-wise, it's average by their usually high standards. No conditional injuries. Scott has reacted to what he's seen. So it is Tristan off for Brozek. Swap with Cabello. No worries. Smut says LSK see this out, they deserve the playoffs. And Dimble says Romeo for Constantinu, that's all. No problem. Let's get that sub done. The home side really trying to secure this themselves. One goal in it will slow it down. There's Lizarazu again. Baldini in the way. Casterman goes in the book. Free kick to the home side. 2 minutes being added on. Dyer, Zanoni play between themselves. And LSK have secured themselves a playoff spot. Absolutely superb stuff from Scott. Very, very well done indeed. Questions should be asked of East Coast. Was it just a bad day at the office? Was it because they already queued? Were they not really at the races? But very, very impressive by LSK. Steve says, fuck me, this is tense now. No shots off target from either side. And Ian says, well in LSK. Congratulations to Scott on securing his playoff spot. So now we go to the main event of the evening, which actually ends up being our penultimate game. So the situation is Dudley Hill in 7th are playing Badgers in 4th. We know Burn is secure, LSK are secure, Foss Road are secure, Haggis are not. Badgers just need a point, and that will be enough. Yes, that will be enough. Just having a look at the goal difference situation here then. So both Dudley and Exiles can get to 42. They're on +3. They're on +8, whereas they are on +11. But they have lost going into this, so that they lost by 1 goal. So that puts them on 10. So it's very doable for both Dudley and Exiles to catch them. And if both Dudley and Exiles were to win, it would potentially mean Haggis and Badgers both drop out. Wow. The Exiles game, Ghost game smuts, so we have that still to come. So this is as good as it gets. What's he agreeing with? I haven't seen. The whole traditional 271 defo doesn't get enough of a run out these days. So this is the Dudley Hill team. It was very limited changes. Maldini comes in for Barry. Abbiati has had to come in goal due to the injury to Headman. I believe everything else stayed the same. As for Badgers, they too make one change with Rayed swapping with Collins. Have I got that the right way around? I must have done. I will just double check. Because I definitely changed something. Swap Collins for Rayed, that's right. So if Dudley Hill win, they are in the playoffs. And Badgers are definitely out. Yes, they'll definitely be out. A point for Badgers sees them through, and Dudley Hill will definitely be out. I think that's how the maths works. Anyway, let's enjoy. See what happens. This is going to be good. Smut says a 3-0 win guaranteed. Tater says, good luck, Steve. If I'm going to lose out to someone, he'd be happy it's you. Steve also sends him a U2, mate. They don't need this, do they? Fuck. They both want to win. They both want to knock each other out. Approaching half-time. Who's going to strike first? It looks like Badgers have maybe had the best of it thus far. Half-time 0-0. This is enough for Badgers, but are they doing enough? Dudley Hill, I thought Badgers looked like they'd had the better of the chances, but Dudley have had more of the chances. Dudley have to win. That's a given. They know they have to win. Given the other results, a draw will not be enough for them. The fact that nobody is rating an 8 would be a concern. Steve says he hasn't breathed yet. Badgers are doing enough. But are they performing well enough to hold back this tide of Dudley Hill attacks? Interesting to see what either manager does. Do they stick by their guns? Do they believe in what has happened thus far? We have got, as is for me from Tato, and Steve is going to react. Barry for Gattuso. No problem at all. Should we slow this one down for the second half? exciting, isn't it? Here's Roberts. Still Roberts. Now Zanetti. Carlos gets in the way. Rayed picks it up. Ferguson gives away a free kick, which Giggs lines up. Plays it short. Mendieta. Nedved is in the way. Approaching the hour mark. Just over 10 minutes played in the second half. Zanetti. Roberts. Mendieta. Di Biagio. Ferguson gets a warning. Giggs lines it up. Flex off the wall. And Cafu is able to clear. Paredes now. Zanetti. Mendieta. Giggs strikes a free kick. Badgers seem very reliant on set pieces tonight. Mendieta. Free kick given. Rayed. Zanetti. Vogel anticipates it. We're nearly at the hour mark. Sigalko, Nikiforenko. A rare forward motion from Dudley. And it's missed. An hour played. What happens now? This next 30 minutes is the season for both of these managers. No yellow cards to worry about. Roy Mackay there on 79 may be a consideration. No one below a 6. Couple of 8s. Simic there. Cafu as well. Dudley just need that little bit more. You can see Steele beyond the dugout like this. Come on, lads. Just 30 minutes. Just give that a little bit more. While Steve makes up his mind, let's have a look at the Badgers. See, this is better. There are 8s in there. They're looking strong defensively. I know he doesn't care, but here's the fitness situation. Mendieta there, 77. Would it be a consideration? Di Biagio, Crompe on yellows. Is that a consideration? Duggan says, exactly these games that you bring Maxim in for. And if anyone would know how to get over the line, it is Duggan. He has been there, done that. He has seen everything there is to see in the Super League. Tato saying, oh, let's roll it. As is Fyfie, is what it is now. And Steve says, you know what? Tony for Maxim. Seems mad, but I'm going to do it. Nedved up to centre AMC. With Barry central with a little arrow. Like that. I think that's what you're asking for, Steve. You could just confirm, please. Steve says perfect. Lovely stuff. Half an hour then. Which of these sides are going to do what they need to do? Ferguson wins the header from the goal kick. Nikiforenko. Ferguson! Oof. And just in the last 5 minutes, Dudley have started to play. And Toldo's clearances are going straight to the opposition. Nikiforenko grazes the crossbar. And here come the blue and yellows again. But Di Biagio gets in the way. Henri Abiati with a fine save as a corner kick to Badgers. Alex says it's all riding on this last 30. Tato says it's all Dudders here. It's a throw in. Carlos Ferguson. Nedved. Carlos. Tony! Toldo can't cover it. Nedved. Stam crucial interception. Now red. And there's a goal for Badgers. It's Roberts. And there's that the end blow for Dudley Hill. Is their season over? Rayed, Roberts, and it's all done. Call it off. Stop the count. Dudley are done. Roberts with a quick fire brace. Dudley looked like they were throwing everything at the goal. But Badgers held on, and now they have done it. 5 minutes to play. As Tato reacts with Zizi. Into injury time. Henri, Mendieta, Di Biagio. Hits the crossbar, Maldini clears. And there's the full-time whistle. The Badgers have done it. Dudley Hill cannot now make it. And it all comes down to whether Exiles can get a big enough result to knock Haggis out. Smut says every year, wrong one. Every year Tato falls over the dotted line. Martin's here. Evening, Martin. Scenes and limbs everywhere. let's see how, I mean, Dudley Hill really did throw everything. They just weren't getting enough on target to really challenge. Tater says, it is what I do, Smuts. It's not a fluke if I do it every season. There are the Dudley Hill stats. Abbiati in the end dropping to a 5. And Ray Ed it was who picked up man of match at 10 out of 10 performance. DiBiagio and Roberts both on 9s. Toldo also on a 9. Congratulations to Badgers who have secured their queue. So that takes us back to this. It doesn't affect the bottom of the table. So let's just do the maths. So they were plus 11. They lost by, I'm sure they lost to 1 goal. So plus 10. Exiles are plus 3. Exiles have to win by 7 for Haggis not to qualify. It seems unlikely. We had a look at the teams before it ghosted. Can the Black and Reds win by 7? Let's find out. Absolutely nothing happened in the first 10. Virtually nothing happened in the first 20. This is great news for Haggis. We have an injury to Simeone. Emerton, the obvious change here, but could be Soroczynski, to be fair. See what Steve wants to do. Disappointing a kebab still hasn't arrived at my front door, though, lads. Straight swap, Soroczynski it is. So Exiles are going to have to get 7 in the second half, which seems very, very unlikely. They're going to have to get 8 because Inzaghi has got his first ever goal for Vikings on the stroke of half time. Go on, Simone, lad. They're not looking. Ian says was a wee bit squeaky bum time for a bit there. Exiles are not looking like getting anywhere near the goals they need. Here are the Vikings stats. And what a performance it is by them, by the way. Look at those ratings. Not a good day at the office for Exiles, who just haven't been consistent enough, it seems, to get a playoff spot. Just see if Steve wants to do anything at half-time. I've not seen rocks at all in the chat. And Steve goes as is. So to 60 we go. Exiles have come out with a bit more intent about them. And there's 1. 7 to go. And they've got 25 minutes to do it. We've not seen rocks all season. That's probably fair. I mean, I know he hasn't been on any streams that I've done. Arca on a 9 tonight. For the Pokemon fans, that's Arca 9. For the benefit of Rocks, on the assumption that he does watch these shows back, this is how his side were performing, and there's the conditions. Cordoba and Vieri would be a consideration, at least. Let's see if Steve wants to do anything. Roll until the end, he says. So Exiles have got 1 back. They just need 7 more now in 25 minutes. 5 minutes. And there's the full-time whistle. Nice. Thank you, Ross. I'm glad you appreciated it. There's the full-time whistle. The season ends with a 1-1. Not a great game, really. But credit to Vikings. They certainly put up a fight and didn't go out with a whimper, considering they knew they were going to finish bottom. Those are the ratings and the final game. So despite all the drama that could have happened, it is as was. There will be some movement in the table, but the teams that started in the playoff spots have earned their cues. So here is the final table. I mean, here's the draw, but let's just go to the table first. So East Coast finished top. Burn get the crucial second spot on goal difference. Badgers miss out on that crucial second spot. They end up third. LSK fourth. Foss Road fifth. And Haggis sink from second to sixth. Exiles finished seventh. Dudley eighth. Sancte 9. Sloss 10. Stanley 11. Stackington 12. Fulchester 13. And Vikings. Alf says, who in the playoffs hasn't won it before? Well, Dimble's won it. Ian's won it. Tato's won it. Scott hasn't. Smuts hasn't. Ian has. Duggan says, Foss joined the 17 conceded club. So, yeah, I think it's just these two here, Alf. Everyone else has won it before. Dimble has won it, hasn't he? Dimble must have won it. I'm sure I've seen Dimble win it. Yeah. So that is how the table finishes. The save will be passed back to Martin, as he will, without question, do the playoffs and do them much better justice than the chaos that I have ensued these last couple. Is that a joint record? Yes. Dims won last season. Thank you. So this is the draw. Cheers for rounding off the season, Fyfie. No problem, Taylor. Glad I could still be part of it when required. So Badgers will play Haggis. Los Santos will play Foss Road. Now, for anyone who has not been through this madness before, this is how it will work. You will see these two games get played, and then they will get played the second legs. That will be on the same day as East Coast play Burn. Then the winner of these two games play each other in a one-off game. That will be the same night as the second leg of this game. Whoever wins the game between the winners of these games will play the loser of this game, and the winner of that game will play the winner of this game. It's a lot more straightforward than it sounds. But that is it. That is this season over. The playoffs will begin. Tater says, think I'm on for 3 finals in a row if I get there. Well, congratulations to you. Thank you very much to everyone who has watched throughout the season, but in particular for me, those who have been a part of it for the couple of episodes that I've streamed for. Usual practice will resume now with Martin rightfully taking the reins, ready for the playoffs, and to see the season out. But yes, for everyone at Super League HQ, I really do need to eat something now. So I'm going to end it quite swiftly. But thank you everyone for watching, for your comments. Enjoy the playoffs, and I will see you again soon. Good night.